podcast party. Descent into Avernus.
My name is Hylan. My friends and I have finally recovered the Sword of Zariel in the Bleeding Citadel. But the ghost of General Yael has told us that whoever wields the sword will be changed forever.
The words of General Yael still echoing in your ears, the four of you turn to each other and realize that only one of you will be able to claim the Sword of Zariel. And that it is not only a matter of who chooses the sword, but if the sword feels that you are worthy to claim it.
Corbin, I think you should take the sword.
Me? What? I'm not the best swordsman. Why would I? Why do you think that?
Because your heart is the truest.
I've got to tell them, Corbin, I'm sorry.
All right, tell them everything.
I don't know all the details of it, but Corbin's made a deal with a fiend. I don't know what fiend. I don't know what the terms are. But I think if he takes the sword, he might well still be bound by it. And we might be handing a weapon to someone who's under an obligation to a fiend. Even if they didn't want to, they might wield it on that fiend's behalf.
Corbin, why didn't you tell us?
He couldn't. I've sort of had to figure it out. He can't even talk about it. I think it's part of the deal is that he can't tell anyone.
I don't know what he's talking about, but I don't know if I'm the right person.
I'm just staring at it, and I'm looking at Yael, and then I'm looking at the sword, and I'm staring at it. I don't know if I'm worthy, but I'm willing to try.
Hylan, what if you have to slay Zariel with it? Will you do that?
If it seems like there's no other way to save those people, yes, I will. But I am going to try to talk to her first.
Why?
Because she was once a force for good, and I do believe that she ended up here because she thought she was doing the right thing, and she was very powerful. She could help a lot of people if she could just see how she's been manipulated. And Lulu loves her, and if there's any way she could come back and help, I would want to give her that chance. She did a lot of good before she went down this path, and if she can't see that for whatever reason, I'm not going to let those people die.
But she was an angel. She knew right and wrong better than probably any of us, and she still chose that. She chose power. She chose evil.
She was in pain. She was in a lot of pain. You've been here, right? And we've been true to each other, and we've tried to protect each other, and we care, and we all came here with a common goal. And she came here with this fire in her heart that she could really, really make a huge difference, save a lot of people's suffering. And she had an entire army with her. And then she got here and she saw the scale of the suffering and the evil and the atrocity, and then she was left. And she was in pain.
Even so, then she should have died fighting for what was right, not what was wrong. She joined with devils to kill demons. How many people died in Elturel? Thousands? Children, poor people, nobles, soldiers, they're all dead, and all their souls all gone. And because she might be good again, I worry that I can't forgive, I guess. Maybe that's not the right word.
I won't blame you, Corbin. I hate what she did. It's hard for me not to hate her and not care if she dies. Many times I've just wanted her to die. I want to get out of here. I want us to all be safe, and I don't want her to have put us in this situation at all or to have all of those people killed. But before that, she did do a lot of good, and it doesn't excuse what she's done, and I don't think it should be erased with no consequences, but we can't know what she's capable of.
And if we do save her, how do we know in a day, a week, a year, 10 years, 100 years, she won't make the same decision again, going, oh, I better join the devils to fight off the demons, here we go again. Next time someone like you or me or Ren or Ofelia won't be here to stop her. Then what?
I think there's a difference between forgiveness and redemption. There's one thing that we've seen over the past few weeks. It's that we are the sum of our choices. It's true of Zariel just as it is for us. If I was where she is and there was a chance at redemption, not forgiveness, but redemption, then I'd want someone to try to offer it to me. I think if we redeem Zariel, we take a creature of evil, of death and mayhem, and channel it into a force for good, right? We still don't know how to put Elturel back. If we just kill her, who's to say that changes anything? But if we can redeem her, then maybe she will put it back. That's what I'm hoping for. Not for her, but for what she could do. If she would stop her current course, if we could change that course, if we could divert it. Even if we only stem that tide for 100 years or 1,000 years, think of the good a power like that could do in that time.
But she had that power. She had it. We saw it. She flew out and saved us from Yanagu, and she still chose evil.
She was already down the wrong path at that point. The story of Idleglen, as I understood it, is you had a town that was being attacked by some gnolls. Now, gnolls are terrible, but they're mortal creatures, mundane, like us. Our world, real things. And the priest of Lathander prayed for help, and Zariel just showed up in person. The first outsider on the board, so to speak, was Zariel, and she drove those gnolls off, and then there was another attack. This time it was fiends. And why did they come? Because she put herself on the board. They came to tear down that statue. They came out of revenge of what she did. All she's doing, all she's ever done, is escalate the blood war, right? Even from before she turned. She was the first person to raise her hand directly, an outsider's hand against mortal creatures. She set a precedent. That's a fiendish thing to do. The gods, celestials, they're not supposed to act like that. They're supposed to influence us. They're supposed to inspire us. They're supposed to teach us. They're not supposed to pick up a sword and start whacking heads. I hope she sees that. I hope we can make her see that. And I hope, bottom line, she fucking puts Elturel back where it was. That's all I ever wanted. That's why we came down here. I can't wrap my head around what's going to happen with the blood war, what could happen 1,000 years from now. It's too big, Corbin.
Right, let them kill each other. I don't care.
But Elturel, Corbin.
I understand.
Need her to put it back.
We don't know that.
Well, have you got another idea?
I was hoping I could ask Ilmata.
Well, it don't work that way. It shouldn't work that way. It ain't supposed to work that way. Ilmata's supposed to speak and act through you, Corbin, to inspire you. He ain't gonna show up and fix it.
I just don't know if someone like her can be redeemed, or should be redeemed.
I don't know either, but how can we not even try?
She's divided.
Look, you love Lulu, Corbin.
Right.
Lulu loves Zariel. You've got to have a little trust in Lulu's judgment. There must be something in there that Lulu loved, that was worthy of Lulu. She saw something in her. We need to touch that thing.
I'm right here.
I'm sorry, Lulu. I don't mean to speak for you. Go on.
It's fine. No, I'm messed up. I've done some bad things. I've made mistakes, and I'm no more a shining paragon of goodness and light than any of y'all are. Everybody's got ills and problems and faults. Nobody, even we Celestials, no matter how much you think we're so much better or whatever you want to call us, we're no better than y'all. We make mistakes. It takes time to try to figure them out, but we do the best we can. And when it comes down to it, Corbin, we want what's best for everybody on Toro. We want what's best for everybody. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. And Lulu sort of floats down to the ground. I guess what I'm saying is that I understand how you feel, Corbin, and I understand how you all feel, Ren and Hylan. I've seen Zariel do some horrible things, but I wouldn't have brought you this far if I thought that leading you to this place and to this sword, if it wasn't possible to bring her back, to make her realize the mistakes that she's made and make her my friend again.
I want to try, Lulu.
Ofelia, you've been quiet. What are your thoughts?
I think it's worth a try. As Ren said, I would want someone to do the same for me. And I think we owe it to Lulu, we owe it to ourselves to see if she can be redeemed.
Ren?
I'm not prepared to say what Zariel deserves or don't deserve, but I am prepared to say those people in that city, those that are still alive, still hoping for us to come and help them, they could use an angel more than they can use an archfiend. And if we can give them an angel instead of an archfiend, we've got to try to do that.
Or maybe if we kill the archfiend that's holding them here, they'll be free.
I don't know what we have to go on, along those lines, Corbin.
I don't know what we have to go on that she's redeemable.
Well, because Lulu says she is.
No, Lulu hopes she is, not says
I think all we
hopes.
can do is pick a North Star and walk towards it and then make decisions as we go.
Hylan, do you want to try to take the sword?
I haven't heard Melitiam's voice since I came here, and I haven't really tried.
Hylan,
What?
I know it's selfish, but I don't want to lose you.
Ren, you can't take the sword.
I know.
I don't want any of this to have happened, honestly. What I want is for you and I to be happy and free from all this, and I would like Corbin and Ofelia to be happy and free from all this, and I would like us to all be drinking in a tavern somewhere with a bunch of people laughing and glasses clinking, and that's what I want. But that's what all those people in Elturel want too, and I feel like we're the only ones that can do it.
I'm just not sure some of us are getting out of here, that's all. Ren?
We can never control that.
Ren, is now the time?
No one's asking me to take it.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
He's asking if now is the time for you to tell us what's going on.
I can't leave Avernus.
What do you mean?
Can't leave Avernus until Gargs is free.
Do you know how to free him?
No. If I did, well, maybe I would and we'd just settle up. But I don't know how to free him and he don't know how to get out. It's gonna sound weird, but I was kind of hoping Zariel might know.
Maybe she will.
Well, Ren, that really wasn't what I was talking about. Sorry. I was talking about Zariel.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry, Corbin.
There's more?
Yeah. Yeah. There's another reason I don't want to kill Zariel, if there's a way to redeem her, which is that, she's my grandmother.
What?
What?
Cambion that we met, Luxori. She's my mother, and Zariel is her mother. Not only that, but as a side note, the little kid that we saved in Idle Glen, that's my dad. Or he will be my dad, or he will have been my dad. I know.
There's a lot to process.
But remember, Ren's always been with us, right? He's been on our side, always.
I know, but it's another reason why I won't even consider taking the sword is that I'm already compromised. I think it's got to be either Hylan or Ofelia.
It's where I'm from.
It's an angel's sword.
I think it should be you, Hylan. I know why you're scared.
If I'm alive at the end of this, whatever that is, I won't leave you here, Ren.
What Yael said was, whoever takes the sword, they won't be them anymore.
She said that they would be changed, but I've changed a lot since I got here.
Yeah, guess we all have.
I'm just gonna look at Yael and say, how do we do this?
Have you someone who has been chosen amongst the four of you to claim the sword?
I look at everyone and I look at Ren and my heart is breaking, but I say, I will try.
Very well. Stand forth. Yael floats down behind the plinth of stone.
I'll walk up to it. Grandfather, I hope I can live up to the faith you've put in me. And Zariel, I hope I can wield this well and bring you back. And if I can't, I will save those people with the help of my friends. And then I'll try to take it.
You grasp the sword around its hilt, and when you pull the sword, it slips from the stone as if it were from water. And there is a flash of brilliant golden light. The three of you, Ofelia, Renascence, and Corbin, you have to shield your eyes because the figure of Hylan burns with such an intense and fierce light as she draws forth this sword that it is blinding. All you can see is her silhouette. The sword has indeed chosen you, as you have chosen it. And in doing so, you immediately attune to it. You see the vast fields surrounding the golden mountain known as Mount Celestia. You see angelic figures streaking to and fro, and you feel yourself part of this angelic majesty, that their power is now your power. And you hear a voice that you have not heard since you came to Avernus. And it is the voice of Melitium, and it burns into your mind. Beloved Hylan, child of our grace, and bearer of Bahamut's essence, hear our words, for only now can I speak to you of your true birthright. The sword has chosen you, and well it should. Your noble spirit shines like a beacon in the realm of mortals, and your destiny is interwoven with the threads of fate that bind us together. We know what you wish to accomplish with the sword, and we must caution you against this folly. And Melitium's voice grows somewhat harsh, and perhaps even a little cruel sounding in its rigidity. Zariel was once our sister, was once touched by light, immortal. She has long since strayed into the well of hatred and terror. The flickering ember of her goodness that you now hold has almost been extinguished entirely. The path to her redemption is impossible, and you are far better spent preserving what remains of your own realm and its denizens. In your hands rest the Sword of Zariel, an instrument of liberation. Your celestial essence possesses the strength to sunder the very prison in which we are now ensnared. The Solar Insidiator, the Companion. The same artifact that hovers now above Elturel, wreathed in lightning and in darkness, is the prison in which we now rest. The Companion's power was initially meant for good, yet under the maleficent power of my traitorous sister, it has become our cell. It was the Companion that allowed Zariel to drag the city of Elturel into the Nine Hells. Your destiny is to use the sword's power to reverse the fate that has befallen us. We are constrained within, unable to counter Zariel's power. To release us and to free Elturel from hell, you must use the sword to shatter the Companion. Wielding the sword against its source, you can bring the city back to the material plane and dispel this oppressive darkness that afflicts it. Your destiny was never to redeem the Archduchess of Avernus. It was to ascend to your true form and save the city of Elturel by freeing us. We have been trapped here since the traitor who calls herself our sister used our power not for good but for evil. It was she who imprisoned us here, warping our heavenly powers to fuel her vengeance. If the sword were to be delivered into Zariel's clutches, she would simply destroy it herself, completing her descent into darkness. Her voice quiets and calms. Hylan, you have a purpose. Your journey is not merely one of redemption, but of deliverance. Allow the brilliance of your true celestial nature to shine forth and bring salvation to the realm. And with that, her voice fades from your mind, as does this vision of Mount Celestia. And you gently float back to the floor of the bleeding citadel. And as per Yael's warning, you have been forever changed. Hyland now has eyes of shimmering silver that glow with an effervescent light. Her skin is opalescent almost, and her hair floats behind her as if stirred by an unseen wind. branching out from her shoulders, instead of metallic wings, as you have often seen her exhibit in the past, are pure white feathered wings that extend 8 or 9 feet to her sides. She holds the sword and it glows in her hands as if it were made for her.
Cool.
Jeez Louise.
So shiny.
Beautiful.
Nothing, not divine intervention, can reverse this transformation. Your alignment has become lawful good. Your charisma score becomes 20.
Whoa.
Jeez.
You've sprouted a beautiful pair of feathered wings that grant you a flying speed of 90 feet and the ability to hover.
Nice.
Your eyes have become, as I said, luminous pools of silver, granting you the ability to see in normal and in magical darkness, the ability to see invisible creatures and objects, automatically detect visual illusions, and succeed on saving throws against them automatically, perceiving the original form of shape-changers or creatures transformed by magic, and to see into the ethereal plane, all within a range of 60 feet. The sword itself sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius, dim light for additional 5 feet. Fiends find this sword's light disconcerting and painful even if they can't see it, and have disadvantage on attack rolls made within the weapon's radius of bright light, so 5 foot.
So if somebody's next to me, they also are protected by it.
That is correct.
Great.
As a bonus action, you can actually intensify the sword's light, causing it to shed even more bright light in a 15-foot radius.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes, protection.
Giving disadvantage to all fiends within that radius. The sword actually has 2 minor beneficial properties, which I did roll on the minor beneficial properties table in Chapter 7 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. The first is you get a +1 to your armor class.
Nice. I need that.
And while attuned to the sword, you can use an action to cast 1 3rd-level spell from it. No material components are needed. After you cast the spell, roll a d6, and on a roll of 1 through 5, you will not be able to cast it again until the next dawn. But if you roll a 6, then you can cast it again.
Wow.
I'm going to give you a choice of 3 3rd-level spells to have. Number 1, Life Transference. The second one is called Beacon of Hope.
That's really good.
That's a concentration spell. And then the last spell is called Aura of Vitality. So those are 3 spells. Which one would you like?
You've seen Corbin do Aura Vitality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've actually got that one prepped too.
I know that Beacon of Hope is concentration, but it's really good and it would benefit a lot of people at once.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think that's the best one. I'm gonna go with Beacon of Hope, I think.
Beacon of Hope. The sword, when you hit something with it, the sword deals an extra 2d8 radiant damage to any creature that it hits automatically, or 3d10 radiant damage if you're wielding the weapon with 2 hands. An evil creature that takes this radiant damage must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the end of its next turn. The Sword of Zariel is a sentient, lawful good item with an intelligence of 10, a wisdom of 20, and a charisma of 18. It has hearing and normal vision out to a range of 30 feet, and it communicates to you, the wielder, by transmitting emotion to you.
Wow.
It has something called Truth Seer, which allows you to gain advantage on all wisdom insight checks. Here's where things get a little strange, and I'm going to address you, Carrie, as a player.
Uh-huh.
You are changed forever. You are going to gain new personality traits.
Ooh.
We can do one of 2 things. We can either roll for these personality traits, or you can choose them.
I think I'd like to choose them.
Okay. You will need to choose 1 personality trait, 1 ideal, 1 bond, and 1 flaw.
Personality trait is I anger quickly when I witness cruelty or injustice.
All right.
I like it.
I think my ideal is responsibility. It is the duty of the strong to protect the weak. Bond is the Sword of Zariel has chosen me. I shall not fail to wield it justly. And flaw would be... One of the choices is flaw? What flaw? I'm flawless. Utter perfection. All right, everyone. It was given to me as a choice, and I'm gonna choose 4. Flaw what flaw? I'm flawless.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, I'm
Love it.
utter
There you go.
perfection.
Love it.
Yep.
Actually.
Love it.
This brilliant light emanating from the transformed Hylan shines now with a tremendous brilliance. The doors of the bleeding citadel are thrown open, and this radiant light penetrates the scar, and you watch as the gristle and bone and flesh are burned to cinders. There is an explosive force that knocks all of you, of course, except Hylan. You are thrown off your feet as the scab explodes.
Nice.
I now have to roll.
Good. I hated
to
this
see-
place. I frankly hated it. So I'm fine with that.
Are the scabs gone too?
The scab popped, I think, right?
Yeah, it just yeah. Wow, thanks for
my
that
God.
visual. I
That's
did
so
not.
disgusting.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, let me see how much actual damage you do to every single fiend that is left in the scab. Hold on.
Fuck yeah.
Here we go. Creatures in the scab take 20 d10 radiant damage
Whoa!
and are hurled 1,000 feet away from the sword, which is where you are. So I guess in every direction.
Here we go.
So I
Only
I just
1-1.
rolled 124 points of damage.
Does Gargs count?
Gargs is in the
in
bleeding
this-
citadel.
So things in the citadel aren't affected. It's things
Yes,
that are in the
that's
scab
correct.
around the scab.
That is correct.
Yes.
Lucky bastard.
I mean,
It's like rejecting the growth around it, it seems like.
exactly.
It's just rejecting it.
From the exterior of the scab, there's just sort of like pinpricks of light that emanate from the scab, and then they just grow wider and wider and wider. A bubble of holy white light, and then there is just this tremendous burst of pure brilliance. And then there is nothing but the citadel itself remaining, this holy cathedral in the midst of hell.
Amazing. Can I walk over to them?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
So I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna put my hand down towards Renascence, and I'm gonna say, I shouldn't have been afraid. I only love you more. And I'm gonna help you up.
You're still yourself.
Yes, but I've been home and I've come back, and then I look at everyone and I say, I know what we have to do. We're gonna send Elturel back.
You know how to do it. Whoa, look at you. Your wings. Oh my gosh, it's hard to look at you. It hurts my eyes.
Lulu is absolutely stunned by your transformation. Oh my god, you are gorgeous! You are, oh wow.
You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
No, you're gorgeous. She points her trunk at you. You are gorgeous.
Can I hug her? I want to hug her.
Yael sort of smirks and then says, my task is complete. The sword has chosen a wielder.
Thank you. We're going to save them.
Do what you think is right. And then she just fades. Lulu looks at you and says, what are we going to do?
The companion, I've been told, is actually called a solar insidiator. And as we all have seen, it has been corrupted. And part of its corruption has been that it has been turned into a prison. And the celestial forces inside of it that were once a force for good that shone down upon Elturel and helped its citizens have been imprisoned and twisted.
Horrible.
It is. But this sword, and I hold it up, is the instrument to use to destroy it and free them, and therefore return Elturel to the prime material plane. This is how we get them home.
As the words come from your mouth, you are let in on one final piece of information. Beyond the fact that Zariel can destroy this sword as Melitiam has stated to you, and that she couldn't do so while she was an angel, but as an archdevil has no compunction about ridding the multiverse of this weapon. The sword will also be destroyed if it is used to shatter the companion, unless it is wielded by an angel.
Oh.
You realize that if you did this yourself, the sword would shatter. It would, of course, destroy the companion, but the sword would shatter, and Zariel would never be able to be redeemed.
So the words come out of my mouth, and then I falter a little bit, and I say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still learning things about this sword. I can use this sword. I can shatter the companion with your help, and the people will return. But this sword will be destroyed, and all of its potential future good destroyed, and Zariel will never have a chance to be restored to wholeness. I've been given the directive to destroy the companion."
Well, then that is what we must do.
No, Lulu said it herself. Angels make mistakes. My mind ain't changed. I think we should try to redeem Zariel.
I think our priority should be destroying the companion, whatever that means. Save the people, those who can't save themselves. That's my purpose.
Let us go towards Elturel. We have some distance to cover between here and Elturel, and there is no time to lose. I think we should head there, and I would not be surprised if we encounter Zariel on the way.
Is there a way to do both?
Well, I think if we head for the companion and try to destroy it, Zariel's going to turn up anyway.
Right.
We'll have to confront her.
I agree, so we can see how that goes. We're not going to let her have this sword. Until she is redeemed, I will not let her destroy it. So we will see how we can persuade her to do the right thing. And if we cannot, we shall destroy her, and we shall free the people of Elturel.
What happens if she gets the sword somehow?
I believe in us. She will not get it.
Agreed.
Unless she is redeemed, we cannot give it to her. I don't think it's going to be a case of us going to find her. She will come to us.
Right.
Whether we like it or not. She has felt the scab explode. She knows what's happening, and she's going to come for us.
Our first choice needs to be save the people, though, before her.
Our obligations are to Elturel, first and foremost.
I agree. I have faith in us. We've made good decisions. Maybe not all of them, but many of them so far. We got this far. There were many challenges and perils. We're strong, and this sword has an incredible amount of power.
I think our timetable is correct. We can maybe do one more rest here before heading back to Elturel.
Is the door open here, Matt?
The
is it
door
closed?
has been blown open.
Can we close it?
You're able to close it, no problem.
I could put up the hut, and we could hide in a corner and hope we're good.
I would love to be in the hut.
Before we rest, it's a player question for Matt. We discussed in session 0 about Renascence not using the Find Steed spell, the second level.
Oh, boy.
We did not cover Find Greater Steed.
Mm-hmm.
4th level paladin spell.
Well, who's equivocating now?
I learned it by watching you. Before we long rest, I would like to summon a spirit that assumes the form of a loyal, majestic mount.
Yes!
I close my eyes and I spread my arms and I say, I think I know a way to get us back to Elturel in time. And I am going to summon, because I very much enjoyed riding them at the beginning of the campaign, one of Traxigor's griffins.
Hey!
Sure, a griffin.
How long does it last?
It's permanent.
Amazing.
Till Matt kills it. Yes, thank you, Andy.
No, actually, it's a celestial.
Yeah, it just comes back. It just pops back after
so
it dies.
even if Matt kills it, I could cast it again and just bring it back like a familiar.
That's true. That's true.
Amazing.
Describe this this griffin. What do you want it to look like?
It looks exactly like the griffin that Silvira Savicus lent to Renascence at Candlekeep when we flew to Traxigor's tower, because that, it's his conception of what the creature looks like, and that's what he believes griffins to look like. So you hear the beating of large wings, and before we push that door closed, a massive griffin, the lead griffin from that phalanx that Silvira lent us, swoops in through the double doors just as they seal behind it and lands in the middle of the camp.
Amazing.
It is actually a celestial in the form of a griffin, and it can understand common, and I can also communicate with it telepathically.
Very cool. Do you want to give it a name?
Beaky.
No.
No.
Oh, yeah. No. I have to go through a 20-session campaign with a character named Malibu, so this is definitely...
Oh, man.
Beaky it is.
Beaky it is. As Beaky lands and sort of nestles itself on the ground and stares at you, Beaky swivels its head, looks at the four of you, then looks at Renascence. It moves in close to you, Renascence, and bows before you.
Good Beaky. Big day tomorrow.
Wait, you named it Beaky?
Yeah. Why?
Beaky
Nice
swivels and looks at you, Corbin, with a menacing glare.
Good bird.
My brother had a bird named Beaky when we was kids.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Do you feel terrible now?
Not really, no.
Okay.
It's still a silly name. I mean, it's a great name. Majestic is the word I would use.
Yeah, that's right. You're majestic. There's a good Beaky.
The bird guy can't go in the hut though. He's too big.
Oh, Beaky, I'll see you in a bit. And I snap my fingers and Beaky disappears.
Nice.
So as long as Beaky's not actually killed, I can, as an action, dismiss him. And then as an action, resummon him.
Can Beaky fight?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Wow.
Also, if I'm mounted on it, any spell that I cast that would affect me would also affect Beaky.
Lulu flaps over to you, Corbin, and says, "Hey, Corbin.
I'm good. Why?
I don't know, you seem a little angry."
I'm not angry. I've been saying for a while now that,
And he lowers his voice.
they keep saying they want to redeem Zariel, and I just don't know if she's redeemable. She's like the worst person I know. And I mean, I know you knew her before, but I only met her for a second, and she seemed like a person who chose power over what was right.
Corbin, I want you to know something. I've been with you for a little bit of time. Not as,
Right.
honestly, as much time as I would have wanted, because I love you so much, Corbin. You're so lovable, and as tough and as rugged as you are and all that, you're just a big softy. And I love that.
You think I'm lovable?
Oh, Corbin, come on. You don't have to play coy with me. I know where you're at.
I'm not. No,
It's fine.
no one's ever said that before.
Well, I'm glad to be the first.
Weird. Odd. It felt good. Thanks.
Corbin.
Think. Yeah.
But Lulu looks at you, Corbin, and says, "Corbin, I
Yeah.
saw you looking at that griffin, and I could tell what was going on in your head.
Uh-oh. What?
Don't be dumb with me, Corbin. I know what you want."
You think I want to ride it?
Well, you kind of been talking about it for a while, ever since you saw that mural of me, and I got news for you, Corbin.
What?
And she sort of snuggles up next to your ear, and she says, "I think I remember how to turn into my mammoth form."
Yes!
Corbin's eyes go
Yes!
wide and his jaw drops.
Can I tell the others, or is it a secret?
No. Shh. Quiet, dear, quiet.
All right. I don't know nothing.
And he's like a little kid. He's shaking. He can't hold the secret. He's just shaking.
So, listen, I know we got things to do, real important things. We got to save a city and all that jazz, right?
Right.
When it comes down to it, you let Renascence have his griffin. Hey, you let him have Beaky. Because,
All right.
listen, you're my special bugbear. Don't you ever forget.
And Lulu's a much cooler name than Beaky. Just,
All right. So if we're going to get some rest, just have some sweet dreams. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh,
Oh, that was weird, but I said it.
so cute.
Hi, everybody. The show will be back shortly for the second part. Cast Party's professional dungeon masters are available to hire for online games. We have games for kids as well as adults, and our DMs can run almost any of the official Dungeons & Dragons adventures, as well as third-party adventures, and even some we've created ourselves. Details at cast-party.com. Do you ever feel like you have a great visual picture in your head, but you need a little help putting it into words? Well, with a subscription to Describe, you can access thousands of descriptions of monsters, spells, locations, and more, as well as maps, music, and sound effects to enhance your games. Only at describe.com. That's DSCRYB.com. Would you like 10% off that subscription? Follow the link in the show notes and use the discount code CASTPARTY, all one word, all caps, to save 10% on your first subscription. As always, we're offering monthly free adventures with our Dungeon Masters. These free games fill up quickly, so if you'd like to grab a spot, you should join our email list or our Discord server. Links to both can be found at cast-party.com. If you enjoy Podcast Party, please follow the show, rate us, and leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you. Message us on social media or email us at info@cast-party.com. Follow us on Facebook at Cast Party DND on Instagram at cast_party, and now on Blue Sky at Cast Party. Thanks very much for listening. Now back to our adventure.
If anyone would like to, I don't know, talk to anyone or reach out to anyone, I could do that. I think your motto will let me do it a few more times before we rest. Anyone?
Yeah, I would like to. I'd like to try to reach Lil Story.
Oh, all right. It kind of has to be through me, though, you know.
Well, then it has to be through you, Corbin. I trust you.
Well, you'll be right here. You'll hear everything I say, and I'll tell you what she says. I won't lie.
How many words have I got?
25 words or less.
Okay. Tell her this. Lil Story, contacting you on behalf of your son, Renascence. We mean to save Elturel and your mother, if we can. Need your help. Choice is yours.
Corbin's writing it down as fast as he can.
Your help. Choice is yours. Don't check my spelling. It's for shit.
I think I'm out of words.
All right, Corbin's going to try to do it the best he can. And he will cast the spell. Sending. I'm assuming she's on this plane, Matt. If she's not, there's a 5% chance it will fail.
You cast the spell and read verbatim what it is that Renascence has given to you to say. And there is no reply at first. And then there is. And the voice that comes to you in your mind sounds full of pain. But it says, I understand. Zariel has imprisoned me. I am so sorry for all that I have done. Tell my son that I will help him if I can. Please forgive me.
Ren, you want the truth, right?
Yes.
She sounds like she's in pain. It's not good. She said she understands. She's sorry. And she is imprisoned. And she's sorry for everything she's done. And she said to tell her son that she will help if she can. And she says that she's sorry and she loves you.
Thank you, Corbin.
You're welcome. I hope I got everything she said. If I remember anything else, I'll tell you.
Corbin, thank you for everything.
Ren, thank you for being probably the first friend I ever had in this whole world. Well, not this world, but you know what I mean.
Corbin, we ain't friends. We're brothers.
I know.
If you make it back and I don't, check on Thomas for me.
Of course. And if I don't make it back, I want you and Hyland to have a great life together. Whatever that means. Just the two of you. Can you do that and be happy?
I'll do my best, mate.
All right. Anyone else got someone they want to talk to?
No, everyone I want to talk to is right here.
I feel the same way.
Lulu?
What?
Anyone you'd like to send a message to? I could send a message and it'll come back to me and I could tell you the answer.
I don't know if it's a good idea, Corbin.
I know who you're thinking and it's probably not a good idea.
I know I shouldn't feel like it. Well, after what you just told Ran. I mean, I just have so many mixed emotions. I love her. She's my best friend. And I want her to come back like nobody in this world or any other. I just hope it's possible. I don't think that my talking to her is going to do any good. But I can try. That's all anyone in any world can do is just try.
Can't help how you feel. That's all right. That's only inside. It's what you do. That's what's important, I think.
I think you should try, Lulu.
Well, tell her this. I'm going to make it short and sweet because I know sometimes she don't like me carrying on and so forth. Just tell her this. Zariel, this message is from Lulu. I never left, and you never left me. You've always been a part of me, and I'll always be a part of you. No matter what you do, or what you look like, or who you serve. Come home to me. That's all.
All right. You know how I feel about this. But you also know how I feel about you. So I'll send the message.
So Corbin will reach out to Zariel, and he scribbled that down as fast as he could, and he will relay the message from Lulu to Zariel. Holy fucking shit.
No. Oh, boy.
You relay this message to the Archduchess of Avernus. And there is a response almost immediately as this voice thunders into your mind. Lulu, you do not understand. You and your friends dare to play savior. I am Zariel, the Unbending. Your naive efforts will crumble before the weight of your own delusions. Elturel falls. And that's it.
Corbin looks at Lulu, and does Lulu want to hear the truth or not? He's going to try to insight check her.
Yeah, do an insight check.
13, and my insight is +5.
Oh, an 18. Okay. You kind of owe Lulu the truth.
Corbin relays the information, including Zariel, the Unbending, and he also says,
And after she said all that, I'm sorry, there was no mention of you and her and things going back to the way they were. Don't hate me for delivering that message. But she heard it, she knows you're here, and she doesn't seem happy about it. Are you all right?
Lulu doesn't say anything for a very long time. She just stares at the ground. And then her eyes trace up to yours, Corbin, and her eyebrows knit, and she says, "Fuck it."
Whoa.
Wow.
Fuck it, Corbin. I'm tired of this shit. We're gonna go and we are going to tell her. No, I'm not gonna ask her anymore. I'm tired of playing patsy to her. I'm tired of playing victim. She's gonna understand. I'm tired of her trying to tell me and all the rest of the universe that she's the only person who can do this. We're gonna go and we're gonna get her back. And with that, she transforms and she crawls. And her wings thrust outward as she flies up into the air.
I think Corbin is just like, whoa, 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 and he's like just pushing her gently in the air out of the hut.
She has gold emanating from a helmet, which is like a winged helmet. Her eyes begin to glow and her trunk blasts forth a sprinkle of golden light.
Wow. Lulu.
And in a sort of a deep and commanding voice, she says, "I'm gonna wait till tomorrow, and then we're gonna see what's what."
Yes, Lulu.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
I want to go to Ofelia, and I want to go and like hold her hand if she's okay with that, and look her in the eyes and say, "Thank you, Ofelia, for letting me do this. I know that you could have wielded this weapon.
It was always for you, Hylan.
I love you, and I'm proud to fight beside you."
And I you.
And I'm just going to give her a hug.
Aw, yay. Hug.
And then I'm going to go to Corbin and say, "Corbin, I hear you. I hear your words, and I understand them. And I promise I will not let you down. I will not act frivolously. I promise that I care for those people's lives as much as you, and I'm glad that you're here to fiercely speak for them and protect them. And I'm proud to fight beside you, and I love you, Corbin." And I would try to hug him, but I'm just gonna look at him and I'm gonna do a tentative, like, because I know he doesn't love it if you just force hugs on him.
Corbin's like a big mush right now, so he just, before you even get in, those big bugbear arms wrap around you.
And he says, I know in the beginning I didn't trust you at all, but I trust you now, 100%. Whatever we do, we're going to do it together.
Check out Lulu.
I know, I can't stop looking at her. She's amazing. But I don't know, even with my arms, if I could climb up on her. I'll just wait till she invites me.
Okay. And then I'm going to go over to Renascence and say, "Ren, are you okay?"
I'm just so glad. I'm so glad it's still you, Hylan. No matter what happens tomorrow, I'm glad we'll be together for it.
Me too.
I loved you ever since you walked into that soup kitchen, you know?
What a coincidence. I loved you the first time I saw you in that soup kitchen. Let's pretend that we're in that soup kitchen just for tonight. It's our last night together before what is sure to be an eventful day. And I believe in us. But for now, I just saw Mount Celestia, you know? I was there again and I remembered. I remembered what it was like, and I know that we can't really ever be separated. I know that now. I was so afraid to lose you, but I know that I can never lose you because I will never leave you. If I die, I will go to Mount Celestia and then I will find you. So for tonight, let's just try to be peaceful and be with each other, okay?
I'd trade Celestia and Avernus for that soup kitchen. I'll never take it for granted again.
And I'm just going to hold him very tightly.
While Corbin's on his watch, he's going to quietly go off. I mean, it's the hut, so it's not that big, but off to a corner, and he's going to cast a spell where he can talk to his god and ask 3 questions.
Sorry to bother you. It's just me, Corbin. But, can Zariel be redeemed?
The feeling that you obtain when you ask this first question is a feeling of lightness given to you by your god. There is a possibility, as there is with every creature in the multiverse, for redemption.
Second question.
Sorry, I'm making it quick. I know you're busy. Can I save Renascence?
When you say this, I think that you intimate that you wish to save him from the deal made between him and Gargoth.
Correct.
This question also comes to you with that sense, perhaps not of immediate positivity, but more convoluted. Perhaps it sort of makes a knot in your stomach, a feeling of discomfort, but one that is eventually eased.
All right. One more. Can you forgive me for everything I've done?
The feeling that you have in your heart, Corbin, when you receive this answer, it's like a feeling that you had when you were young, unburdened by the troubles that you face now, unburdened by the suffering that you've had to face, unburdened by everything. It was just you and your sister sitting on the shores of the lake, skipping stones and smiling at each other.
All right, thank you. I won't bother you anymore tonight.
You all obtain a long rest. You perhaps toss and turn thinking about what tomorrow's events will bring. But when you awaken, and you do awaken without any kind of interference or interruption, exchange glances as you all awaken at the same time. You all sit up, rub the sleep from your eyes, and look at each other as if something has awakened you and readied you for what will come. And Lulu is still in her giant mammoth form. She takes her trunk, she sort of rubs her eyes and says, "All right, folks, let's get to it." She flaps over to the doors of the Bleeding Citadel and with her massive strength pulls them open to show the unchanging blood-red sky of Avernus.
I resummon Beaky. Let's fly for Elturel.
Yeah.
Corbin, Lulu sort of gestures to you. She grabs you with her trunk and just power lifts you right on top of her back.
This is the greatest thing ever!
Ofelia. And she bends her head down to you and she says, "Get on, girl. Come on."
Wait, she gets to come up too? All right, come on, get up here, Ofelia.
Ofelia climbs up. She leans over to Corbin and whispers, "This is so cool."
I knew it, I told you. You guys were like mad at me, thought I was being rude, but it's really cool. Wait, she has really big ears. You think she can hear me?
Of course I can hear you, Corbin.
Shit. This is awesome, Lulu.
I know.
He gives her a big hug around as much as his big bugbear arms can go.
All right. Serious face, Corbin. Come on, we got things to do.
Game face, all right.
And she stands up, now on all 4 feet, and walks out the door and splays out her wings and takes to the sky.
Follow her, Beaky.
Yeah, I'm right there.
The 4 of you streak into the sky above what was the scab and is now simply the glittering white edifice of the Bleeding Citadel. And I would like all of you to make perception checks.
Corbin rolled an 18. He's plus 15 and he rolled an 18.
Hylan rolled a 21.
Ofelia rolled a 14.
Ran with an 11.
Hylan, I think you will see it. You see in the distance the imposing shape of Zariel's fortress, this monolith floating in the air. It seems to have gotten quite a lead on you, and it is heading towards the Styx. You know in your heart of hearts that Zariel is now heading towards Elturel. She knows what you have in your possession, and the sword communicates to you emotionally and makes you understand that Elturel's descent into the Styx is to be at the end of the day, perhaps 10 hours from now.
Yeah, let's go.
Thanks for listening. This episode featured the Dungeon Master stylings of Matt Gordon, with Andy Cannistra as Painbearer Corbin Shiv, Carolyn Fox as Hylan, Rachel Tamarin as Ofelia, and me, Tal Aviezer, as Renascence. This episode was edited by me and Carolyn Fox. Our original theme music is by Lauren Anker and Anthony DiMasso. Remember, if you enjoy Podcast Party, please follow the show, rate us, and leave us a review.
Some of our listeners might go, well, wait a second, it's a longsword. It doesn't have any light properties. If you're that kind of guy or gal or person who's listening to this podcast and going, well, he's not following the rules because it's a long... Guess what? I have changed the longsword slightly.
Is that how our listeners sound? That's not how I picture it. Oh, I'm going to my favorite show, Descent into Avernus. Yes.